it's Vo. Welcome to my channel. You here, I'm here, we here. So let's vibe. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you may notice a little something different. Slight changes. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my previous video explaining why I got lock extensions, my motivations behind it, etc, etc. But the purpose of this video is to show you a step-by-step of how I installed my own lock extensions. Yes, I said it. I installed my own lock extensions. So originally I did set an appointment because I was kind of intimidated by the process. I had never done it before. Yes, I had combined some locks, and I'm familiar with the crochet needle, but this was something that I wanted to be done right. And at first I was kind of afraid to take the chance myself, but after doing my research and teaching myself how to do it, the process was actually so simple, and I'm so glad that I opted to do it myself versus paying somebody anywhere from $300 to $500 to install my lock extensions. So win-win. So if you're like me and you'd rather teach yourself how to do it versus spending money on it, stay tuned and I'll give you guys a step-by-step of how to install your lock extensions. When I was doing my research, I didn't really come across a video that really explained it in a way that if you're a complete beginner, you'd be able to grasp the concept. So that's what I plan to do in this video. So stay tuned. So I purposefully did not attach one of the extensions to a couple of my locks just so I could give you guys an example. So first of all, the materials that you will need a rat tail comb, preferably one with the metal end because it's easier to get in between the locks to comb out the ends. You will need a crochet needle. Out of all the research I did, nobody really specified the best needle or why. The best needle to use for your lock extensions is a 0.5 millimeter crochet needle, because the smaller the needle, the better it is for you to get in between you know, the tight areas in your locks. The bigger the needle, the tougher it is to accomplish that. I actually ordered Loc Extension Tools. I'll insert a picture here so you can see what I ordered, but I was so impatient I didn't even wait for the needles to come in. I was just like, look, I can do it with this one. So if you don't have the other lock tools I just mentioned, if you only have the 1.5 millimeter, you can get the job done, okay? And of course, last but not least, you need your lock extension, which looks like this, and you need to make sure that it is also combed out at the end like so. Okay, so 3 easy things. You get the lock and you literally just comb out the ends. You need to comb out at least 1 to 2 inches of hair in order to properly attach the lock. So I have combed out about 1 inch of my actual lock. I'm going to take the lock extension and I'm going to spread the hair out like this. So step 2 is making sure that your lock extension and your lock is combed out, and then we're going to move on to step 3, which is attaching the lock extension. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the base of the lock extension where it's beginning to lock and it's not combed out. You're going to put the base of that lock extension against the base of your actual lock. So that way the hair from the lock extension is extending up my lock and the hair from my lock is extending down the lock extension. You've connected them, you intertwined the hair. So I'm going to kind of like surround the hair around my lock and surround the hair around the lock extension, so they kind of like engulf each other in a way, if that makes any sense. So it'll be easier when I'm bringing the crochet needle to get all of the hairs intertwined to get the best connection possible. So I'm going to take my crochet needle, and the motion you're going to be making is an in and out motion like this. So as you go in and out, you're pulling hairs within the lock and you're creating a lock by intertwining the hairs. Be careful. I literally stabbed myself 2 times. I'll insert a picture. It does not feel good. If this is your first time doing it and you are a beginner, take your time. Do not try to go super fast because it's almost inevitable that you will stab yourself. So please, 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 please be careful. Take the crochet needle and you're gonna start doing like this. And as you hold it taut, you can kind of start to feel the hairs weaving into the lock. And you're going to kind of move the needle. So I'm moving the needle like this. so I can grab the hairs. So you're kind of just feeling for the hairs, threading them in. And once you've gone through a few times, you're going to rotate the lock because you want to create a round shape, right? So you're going to rotate it and start bringing the hairs in from the other side, like so. And you're going for a feel. So it feels really tight and firm in between right here where the lock meets the lock extension. So now, as you can see, you have the hair from the lock extension sticking up and my hair sticking out. So now I'm going to bring this hair into the lock extension, my hair into the lock extension, twisting as I go. So I'm rotating it so it'll maintain a round shape instead of it being flat. So the purpose of twisting it and rotating is so it'll stay round. So after I go in a few times, I'm gonna rotate it and bring the hair in from a different direction. And I'm making sure I focus the needle where I feel loose hair, and I'm pushing the hair with my finger into the lock like that. Okay, now as you can see, it's kind of tight and flat right there. So kind of work it with your finger and like roll it in your finger to create that round shape. And now I'm gonna go in and add the lock extension hair to my lock. And as you can see, it's kind of surrounded it. So it'll blend well, because I don't want to be able to see where the lock extension ends and where my hair begins. So we're surrounding it like that, and then the process continues. So I am 20 months locked. So my actual lock is closer to the mature side than the starter lock side. So they're tighter, which makes it harder for the needle to go in and out, which is where you're more prone to stab yourself because you have to use more force. So just keep that in mind if your locks are already mature and you are installing your lock extensions. And the only difference if you have the other lock tools with the 2 needles is it makes it a lot faster. So to do my whole head, I combed them out. I combed my ends out the night before, which took me about 2 hours to comb out all my ends. And then the next day after Christmas, we got home from Disneyland, and I decided I couldn't wait anymore, and I impulsively decided to start my hair at like 11:30 at night, and I finished at like 3:30. So it took me about 4 hours to install, which isn't bad at all considering the process. So 4 hours to install and 2 hours to comb out my ends. And there you have it, folks. So it's tight, the hairs are intertwined, so you want to make sure it's tight, so obviously when you pull it or when you wash it, they're not going to come down. All is well. You can't tell where mine starts and where my hair ends and the lock extensions begin. So mission accomplished. So thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. If you want the details on my hair and where I got it from, make sure you check out my previous video where I give all the details. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on all my content to come. See you in the next one. Bye.